Okay, we're live, guys. Wednesday, November 6th, day after the election day yesterday, and no sports for me. There was college basketball and stuff. I don't do college basketball, MLB, NFL, college football, and the best NBA handicapper in the world. And I say that truthfully. Nobody better. I'll give you guys some games today. I've got our first 4-unit bet of the season. Look, this handicap is out there. They've got 5-unit bets every day, 10-unit bets, 15-unit bets. They're idiots out there with 150-unit bets. I'm still waiting for somebody to explain to me what the fuck a 150-unit bet is. If 1 unit represents 1% of your bankroll, do you bet 150% of your bankroll? Obviously not. It just sounds good. Sucker mentality. They try to draw people in. 4-unit bet today, and we'll give it to you as you listen. But we didn't get past 20 people yesterday. And I cut the live short, and I'll do so again today. I came over to X. Because fuck Instagram, fuck you. How's that? Trump won the election yesterday. I actually had some guy, the balls. You know, I put the, I am a sports betting information service. I put the odds up, the betting odds on Trump at a middle part of the day. And I had some guy come at me, if it's like that, I was going to become a member. But not if you're blocked. Who gives a fuck? You're $99 a week. You're going to tell me who I'm going to fucking vote for or like? It was information. Didn't even go anywhere. But anyway, so let's get past that. Instagram, Meta, fuck you. Fuck you. Now what are you going to do? I'm with Elon Musk and X. So hopefully we can grow this thing. And what I do want to tell you guys, whoever, if you share me for the rest of this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, share my live. You'll text B, then I'll give you guys the number. And if it checks out that we see all 3 of the lives up each day, can't just share them all on Friday. After each live, if you share my live, after sharing Friday's live, I will give you a free week. We'll set that up with B. But we've got to be able to see all 3 lives posted each day. Again, can't just share them all Friday and then you take them all down. So if you share my live today, tomorrow, and Friday, on Saturday, you'll be able to text B. And we'll be able to check it out, see your lives, and we will give you a free week. So hopefully we get a lot of you guys do that. So still at only 13 people following. I'll give it another couple of minutes if there's any questions. If we don't get more than 13 guys, sorry, not going to do an hour live here. Morning, what a day to be alive in America, Earth to God says. Yes, it is. Look, I want Democrats to follow me. I don't care what your political affiliation is. We're betting. But you don't get to tell me who I could vote for or who I think is best for this country. If you think Trump is Hitler, you're an idiot. Any person in the news, they know that. That's the thing. These politicians, they know what they talked about Trump is all bullshit. You don't dare, how dare you compare anybody to Hitler? Hitler killed, was it 6 million, 8 million Jews? How dare you compare anybody to him? You're downplaying what Hitler did. It's a disgrace. So anyone that mentions you deserve to lose all credibility. If you're on the news, you should be off TV. If you're in politics, you should be thrown out. You can't say that, okay? You want to say other things about his policies? It's one thing. But this whole racist, fascist, Hitler, Get the fuck out of here. How stupid do you think the people are? Huh? The Hispanic population, he made a leap with the Hispanic population because the Democrats think they've got them all locked up. He doubled the percentage of black vote. Yous are in trouble, Dems. You think you're doing everything right, kowtowing to every fucking stupid idea, but that ain't where the mainstream people are. So we got a president back instead of a fucking corpse, a fucking brain dead corpse. And anybody don't like what I say, you go fuck yourself, okay? But if you want the best sports betting information anywhere, this is where you need to be. And we'll go through it in a bit. Yeah, the whole thing where he's a racist and he's a racist, okay? He's a racist. You could, how many fucking black people love the guy, okay? Dr. Martin Luther King's niece is a Trump supporter. Come on. Get with the fucking program. Mike Tyson loves Trump. You can go down the list. He's a racist. Everyone that calls him a racist, from Oprah all the way down, they used to love Trump. They only started fucking calling him a fascist and a racist once he became a Republican and went into politics. Just check this stuff out, guys. Jesse Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton, all used to kiss fucking Trump's ass getting donations from him, and then he became the fucking worst guy in the world. When did he become a racist? When he was 60? When he was 65? When he was 70? Stop the bullshit, you bunch of fucking idiots. So that's my political rant, and I figured I'd do that while we were still in the 20s. Guys, we got to pick this X up. So what I'm going to do for the 29 guys out of here, I'm going to shut down. I'm going to come back on in 2 minutes. Hopefully, we get more guys, and then I'll do the NBA rundown. And if we can't break 30, guys, I'm sorry. Maybe it's not going to work on X. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. If you'd like, come back, and I'll give you an NBA rundown. Okay, let's try it one more time, guys. Wednesday, November 6th, day after Election Day. We had an election, in case anybody's living under a rock and didn't know about that yesterday. So with that, no NBA, no NFL. You would think I had a day off. Absolutely not. We sent out, man, how many games did we send out? We got 3 NBA today, 1 NBA tomorrow, and a football game for this weekend. So never a day off, always working, always getting ahead of the schedule. Some great spots in the NBA. Jason, how are you, my man? Sharp butter knife. Let's make some money. That's what we try to do every day. So let's wait. I'm seeing only 7 people in here. Let's wait till we get some guys in here before I get started, guys. Again, can't do an hour-long live for 7, 8, 10 people. As much as I like you guys, especially my man Jason, just can't do that. So I did a little, started a little live. We didn't even get to 30 people. I thought maybe this would notify some people. Doesn't look like many are coming in. Remember, guys, you're not going to find, I don't give a fuck, X, Instagram, anywhere you look, you're not going to find anyone more knowledgeable in sports betting than I am. I've been in this business over 40 years, and I'm not talking about some fucking tout. There's a million scam decappers out there. They don't even know which end is up. I'm waiting yesterday, and I'm the guy that makes the lines move while you've got screen watchers, what we call screen watchers. When they're watching the lines move, then they tell you who the hot side is. Now the game moves 1.5, 2 points. Oh, bet this side. We gave out the Rockets for Monday night. Gave that out on Sunday. That line was +4. That line closed too. And you can see the millions of handicappers out there giving out the Rockets +2. Do you know how many fucking of these guys are members of mine? They watch my games, they get my games, and then they fucking repackage them and giving them out. Also had Sacramento Kings. That was +2.5, and that game went, actually had gone down to pick and then bounced back up on the Kevin Uter info that he was out. So it went off at 1, but just watching some movement right now. So 2 dogs in the NBA on Monday night, 2 outright winners. Those were both 3-unit bets. I gave both those games out Sunday for Monday. Okay, so while everybody's watching the NFL, as soon as DraftKings and BetOnline are posting their overnights, bang, we're pouncing. I don't need to see which way the lines are moving. I know where they're moving, just as I did in my 4-unit bet. I've got a 4-unit bet today. My first 4-unit bet of the NBA season. No JB tonight. Who's JB, Dom? Anyway, and when I have a 4-unit bet, it's not like the thousands upon thousands of fucking scam decappers out there telling you they got a 5-unit bet every day. It's a 10-unit bet. There's guys out there claiming they bet 150 units and still trying to figure out what 150 unit bets. If 1 unit represents 1% of your bankroll, what's a 150 unit bet? Please, somebody come on and explain that to me. Anyway, a 4-unit bet to me is a real 4-unit bet. There's nobody. There's no sharp guy that exceeds over 5% of his bankroll on any one given bet. And anybody can come out here and debate that with me. Jason, we've been having good numbers. We've been having good live numbers. A lot of people passed out from the election all night. Now, the numbers were okay last week. Hope they stay that way. One more time, what I will tell you guys, if you guys retweet my live for the next 3 days, meaning after I'm done today, retweet it. After we're done tomorrow, retweet it. After we're done Friday, retweet it. On Saturday, I will give you guys a free week, but we've got to be able to go to your X. Fuck Twitter. Fuck that motherfucker that owned Twitter that fucking hid the info on Hunter Biden's laptop last election cycle, you dirty motherfucker. Thank God Elon Musk bought X, came out with the X files to show the disgusting things that were going on between the FBI, the government, and all social media. They robbed the last election. It was a disgrace. So Elon Musk, very responsible, way to go, and that's why I'm here on X. But anyway, retweet each of my lives for the next 3 days, and then I will give you a free week on my app website, so you guys can see what it looks like. But we've got to be able to go to your X page and see that you retweeted it right after each game. Because again, can't just do it on Friday all on one day and just say you did it each day. The thing is to help me grow, help me get exposure. All right, 40 people. Fuck it. We're gonna give. I'm gonna give you a rundown. Not gonna give you guys all the games. Not for 40 people. Got to do better than that. Hopefully, you'll retweet. Help us grow. I'll give you all the games. I will give you. We'll see what I'm going to give you. I don't know. We'll see how what I'm going to give you. Let's start NBA. We got Magic at Pacers. Wow. How big was losing Banchero for the Magic? They have been absolutely blown out in their last 2 games. This is the 5th and final game of an 8-game road trip. They're beat the fuck up. No Banchero. Wendell Carter Jr., he's having that plantar fasciitis again. He missed. He played just a few minutes in 2 games ago. Missed the second game. He'll miss this game. So there's 2 starters, Banchero and Wendell Carter Jr. Obviously, Banchero, the big guy, out. They're going to go to Indiana. As I said, last of a road trip. Little revenge spot. Pacers were at Orlando October 28th. The Magic win that game. And they also won both games in Indiana last year by a combined 19 points. Last year, Pacers returned the favor, winning at Orlando by 14 points. So this is a spot for me, for the Pacers and nobody. Look, they've got their own injury problems also. They lose Wiseman in the first game of the season. Isaiah Jackson, he misses. So now there's no bigs behind Miles Turner. And then Nesmith is out. And they've got Nembhard is questionable. Nembhard, and that would be enough for me. -5 would be Pacers and nobody. Pistons, Hornets. Man, the Pistons, yeah, they look like they're putting a little something together. Added 3 new vets. Added 3 new vets to the team. Harris, Hardaway, they're in the starting lineup, and Beasley coming off the bench. Cunningham, another year of experience, looking good. Triple-double his last game. They beat the fuck out of the Lakers. 2 real good games back-to-back now as they beat the Nets in Brooklyn. Go back home, beat the Lakers. They're back on the road to go to Charlotte. Charlotte, they got hammered in Minnesota their last game. They come back home. Richards will remain out. Remember, they started the season without Williams, so that's their 2 bigs. They're down to Taj Gibson and give me a sec. Taj Gibson and Williams to get it was with the Celtics. Williams 6'6". They're going to be in the middle. Doran, he's a beast in the middle for Detroit. He's averaging 9 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per game. Charlotte will have their work cut out for them. Hornets, Pistons actually 6-2 the last 8 meetings, including sweeping all 3 last year. Pistons are nobody for me in that one. Golden State Celtics. All right, I'm going to give it to you just so I'm on record. This is it. 4-unit bet. Sent it out as I did all my bets yesterday. This was 7.5. This is a ridiculous line. I don't give a fuck if the Celtics win by 17. Just can't be 7.5 in this spot. Not without Jaylen Brown. And remember, Porzingis also out. 2 of the Celtics' 5 starters are out. Now, Porzingis has been out all season, granted, but without Jaylen Brown, this number's too big. Warriors at full strength. Steph comes back in the last game against the Wizards, drops 24 points in 24 minutes. Warriors have not lost the road game. They were better on the road last year, and they have not lost a road game this year. Granted, the opposition's been weak. It's been at Portland, at Utah, at Washington, but we had them at Houston, and that was without Steph. I bet that game. That was our 3-unit bet, one of our 3-unit bets last week, and they cashed that one also. So Warriors winning 4 straight road games by an average of 23.8 points per game. Celtics, we talk about the Celtics all the time. Live by the three, die by the three. The Boston Celtics are taking 55% of their shots from three-point range. That blows away the all-time record. I believe it was 2019 Rockets, like around 51%. 55% of their shots are coming from three. Well, guess what team defends the three-point line the best in the NBA? Yes, the Warriors. 28.6 percentage from three they allow. Again, they have played some of the weaker teams. Just a spot for the Warriors. The last times the two teams met, March last year in Boston, and the Celtics embarrassed the Warriors 140-88, a 52-point blowout. Prior to that, the Warriors had won 5 of 6 meetings and covered all 6. So here's a little circle game. We talk about this all the time. You get embarrassed like that. This is a little circle game. Not at 100% the Celtics. 7.5 automatic play. This is our biggest bet of the season so far. 4 units on the Warriors. Dom says the public is all over Boston. And Brandon says public about to get smoked. Yes, they are. Again, guys, this line... And this is all I tell my guys. Boston could win the game by 17. This game is not going to close 7.5, and it's already down to 6. Yeah, it's pretty much 6 all over. 6.5 minus 15. Damn, I just knew your 4-unit bet was on OKC, being as though the line moved 3 points down to 6 on Buckeye. Yeah, the Celtics 6. The OKC game, that game moved with the injury news on Aaron Gordon, and it moved when it happened. So, yeah, no, I'm not on OKC Thunder, but we will talk about that shortly. We'll talk about the Nuggets shortly, Dom. They're not coming back with a vengeance. They're really short-handed. Knicks, Hawks. Knicks just 3-3, still trying to figure things out. Look, Knicks have got to play a little different. Without Hartenstein in there and Cat, obviously huge upgrade on offense. But this is not the same defensive team. Knicks, Thibodeau, that's a defensive team. That's what you want to have. So the Knicks still trying to figure it out. They'll go to Atlanta, where they have won and covered 5 of the last 6 meetings down in Atlanta. Atlanta, they will have Trey back. He left the last game that they had against Boston. He was 1 for 10, and he left the game. So obviously with no big injury. DeAndre Hunter, he's missed a few games. This kid can't stay healthy. He's a good player when he's healthy, but just can't stay healthy. Knicks in this spot. I don't make the number this high, but again, as I've said, they've won 5 of the last 6. Hawks, even the games they win, they just don't cover. They've only covered 1 game this year, and that was the game we bet them going into New Orleans, when New Orleans was without Zion and Hawkins. So that's their 1 game that they've covered all year, Atlanta. I'm not laying this price on the road, even though I'm just a little bit lower. I don't think the number should be. It's actually up to 7 now. San Antonio at Houston. Injury game here, guys. So San Antonio starts the season. I told you I wasn't as high on San Antonio to start the season as everybody else was. And I thought they would get better, similar to a Pistons situation. You could see Detroit getting better each game. This being Wemby's second season, you expect him to literally grow into this NBA. 9 blocks, 9 fucking blocks the other night. The guy's ridiculous. But anyway, they were still starting the season without Vassell, who's a big supply of points. Then Trey Jones gets hurt, and now Jeremy Sokin, he's out. He's got a fractured finger. So 3 rotation players, 3 of their top 7 or so rotation players, all out for this game tonight. And with that being said, Houston, they've got Brooks, Dylan Brooks, and Eason, both question marks for Houston. All right, we're back live. Sorry for that, guys. Hopefully we can get everybody back. I'll give you guys a minute to get back. Again, guys, my apologies. And for the guys that are watching this on the replay, sorry, just bear with us, guys. Still trying to figure all this X stuff out. Didn't know that if I got a phone call, it would knock us offline, and that's what happened. And this is actually my fucking personal phone, and that's just how we set it up. So we'll have to see if there's a workaround. This is Louie from Instagram. Louie, how are you, my man? I couldn't comment on my other account. Okay. We'll give you guys a few more, a couple of minutes to get in. Got to get you a burner, OG. I have burners. Don't worry about it, my man. Had burners my entire life. Any questions where we're at so far, guys? Any questions so far? Brandon, Cavs or nobody? It's Cavs every night for my man Brandon. We'll talk about that game again. That'll be decided by the injuries. As most games are, guys, you got to watch the injuries. Prepay flip phones, the way to go on settle days. Yeah, so we're still trying, like I said, figure out how how things work on X. I still don't know how to answer you guys. When you leave a comment, I still don't even know how to answer. I'm trying to work on this stuff. What game are you on? We've gone up until the San Antonio Rocket. We've already done the San Antonio Rocket game, talking about the injuries. San Antonio now 3 of their top 7 or so rotation players out. Vassell started the season on the IL, joined by Trey Jones, backup point guard, who you need that backup point guard. Chris Paul, this guy's getting old, getting long in the tooth there. So you need that backup, and he's a solid backup, Jones. And now you just lose Jeremy Socum. And as my man Dom is saying, Pop has got some illness. He's going to be away from the team for a little bit. So the Spurs, like I said, I wasn't high enough on them to start, and now I'm going to drop down. And for the 28 guys that are in here right now, here's what I'm going to do for you 28 guys, okay? Everything that I just said, they're down 3 guys. Pop is out. What happens tomorrow? Do you know that they'll be on a back-to-back, which is also third city in 4 days? against a rested Portland team that'll be rested 2 days. I already sent that out plus 5.5. Now, that's still available at DraftKings. I think you could get it at minus 112 now. We bet it at plus 5.5 at minus 110, obviously. So for you 28 loyal followers, there's your bet for tomorrow. Portland, there's no way in the world that game will close 5.5. With San Antonio coming on a back-to-back. Remember, guys, when a team's playing back-to-back, one team's not, the other team is. Only something bad could happen to San Antonio tonight. They ain't going to overtime. That's going to be bad for them. If they win in overtime, that's going to be bad for them. There'll be a little bit of a letdown. If Wemby or somebody else gets hurt, you've already got 3 guys hurt. So I am so far ahead thinking we're days ahead, as I can show you. Here we are. If you could see, this is already, if you can see the bottom of that, there's your date, 11/7. We already got, if you see Portland circle, let me turn it around. You can see we've already got Portland circle for tomorrow. That's our workup for the games. Guys, there's nobody does what I do. You got a bunch of fucking pretenders out there. You get kids pretending to be handicappers because there's money in this business. I really fucking do this, okay? At a level that's beyond everybody, okay? So if you want the best sports betting information, it's the place to be. What happened to Coach Pop? Brandon, oh yeah, okay, Rockets. Sharp Golden State total moving. I haven't really been paying attention to the totals. I usually do NBA totals, but I'm taking on a little more with the college football numbers right now, so I haven't really been paying attention to the college numbers. The best handicapper, says my man. I appreciate that. It jumped to 35. Let's go. John, how many push-ups can you do? More than you. I do push-ups. I'll be fucking working out later. Still in real good fucking shape, despite all the shit that's happening with me. Let's see what else we got. Some NFL moves. It looks like the Jet-Cardinals game going all to pick. And we got some action on the Viking games. Trevor Lawrence, questionable now. The dead giveaway. Jaguars signed Bethard off the Miami Dolphins practice squad. Bethard's played in the past couple of years with Jacksonville. So something telling us that Jacksonville might be without Lawrence, especially at this point. Their season is over. Where were we, guys? Where were we? You're on a hot streak. Yes, I am, Chris. Let's go to the next game, guys. Next game is Brandon's team, Cleveland Cavs, with OKC, the only undefeated team in the NBA. And OKC, undefeated. And while they're undefeated, they are 7-0, 6-1 against the spread. The only non-cover, they only won by 12. Only won by 12 over the Spurs as a 12.5-point favorite. So they've just been blowing teams out. Look, Celtics are the best team in the NBA, obviously with Jaylen Brown in the lineup, and even more so with Porzingis. OKC is the second best team. It's not up for debate right now. Those are your 2 top teams in the NBA in the early going. Denver, there's a problem, Denver. Weren't playing good ball to start. Jamal Murray gets a concussion, missed the last couple of games. He's going to be out. And now Aaron Gordon going to be out at least a month. 2 of your 5 starters, bad spot. OKC, they've already buried the Thunder earlier this season, winning by 15. That was opening night. They're 5-3 their last 8 trips to Denver. 8-0 against the spread. bad spot for Denver without two of their top 5 guys. But can they go cover the 7 number? OKC and nobody, guys. Brand says, I agree. OKC is scary good. Their chemistry is on point. Yes, it is. What did I do? Did I go into OKC and Denver? Why didn't I go to the Cavs? I'm fucked up here today, guys. Paying attention to the numbers too much. It's actually very frustrating. So anyway, let's get back to Brandon's Cleveland Cavaliers. I started talking about Oakland. Holmgren cooked Wemby last week. He absolutely did, Dom. Don't worry. Holmgren is going to hold that against him forever, that they came in together pretty much, and Wemby got all the headlines, so he really gears up to play Wemby, no question about it. Cavaliers. Cavs come in. Let me pull their numbers up. Cavs come into also undefeated, 7-1 against the spread. Only game they didn't cover was the last game, which was the back end of a back-to-back with the Bucks. Think they did that on purpose or no? I don't know. They went back-to-back against the Bucks, so now they'll go to New Orleans. Story with New Orleans. Zion, Hawkins, both questionable. They missed the last game. You're already playing without McCollum, without Herbert Jones, without Trey Murphy. Obviously, DeJounte Murray, who gets hurt the first game of the season, and now Zion and Hawkins. These are 6 of your top 7 rotation guys. So Cleveland or nobody, depending on the injuries. Doc Rivers is a disgrace. And Darvin Ham. Doc Rivers just can't get it done from Milwaukee. Brand says, I knew my Cavs was undefeated this far. You had me tripping saying OKC was the only undefeated team. Now, I believe did I speak incorrectly? I said OKC is the only did I say Cavs only undefeated team besides OKC? Anyway, both teams are undefeated. Cavs actually 8-0, 7-1 against the spread. OKC 7-0, 6-1 against the spread. Lakers, Memphis. Lakers, everybody thought they were so good. Now they go on the road and maybe not so much. A beatdown in Detroit. This will be the 5th and final game of a 10-game trip. Now, not a lot of games in 10 days, but it's the one after the other. I usually hate betting teams that are on a final game of a long trip. And that what I consider long is 7 days or more. That's a long trip. Remember, these are kids. These are kids in their 20s, most of them. You got a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old like LeBron, but most of them are kids. 7 days on the road, they're waiting to get back home, go fuck their girl, go do whatever they got to do, catch their fucking wife cheating on them, whatever's on their fucking mind, they're waiting to get back home. It's a long trip. It's a mental thing. Very tough to continually play good on the road. But being that they haven't played good, where this might be a letdown game, the final game of a trip, expect the Lakers to come with a little something. Now, they do have Anthony Davis questionable. Davis played 39 minutes in the last game at Detroit, and AD has been playing out of his mind. If AD is in, I like the Lakers. Got to check on AD, make sure he's in. If he's in, Lakers are nobody. Grizzlies, again, they're without Bane, they're without Smart. They got a bunch of other guys, Concha, Kennard. They haven't played, so got to like the Lakers in this one. Chicago Bulls, Dallas Mavs. Again, injuries. Chicago Bulls, Levine misses the last game. Another guy, really good ball player, can't stay healthy. So he missed the last game. And Chicago loses at home to Utah without marketing. So you got a Bulls team that now is going to go on the road to Dallas. Dallas Lively missed the last game. He's questionable. PJ Wash, he's going to be out already. So Dallas down a couple of their bigs. This is a double-digit game. Should it be this high? No, not if Levine plays. But don't know if he's going to play. I doubt he'll play. They're back-to-back. They play tomorrow at home against Minnesota. Don't even know if he's on the trip. We'll find out that later. This is one of the reasons you want to become a member, guys. Master Edge, guys. You want to get love. It's great that you're here following, watching the live. And I'm going to give you guys games and leans each day. But again, I took 7.5, and our members took 7.5 to Warriors yesterday. So if you're getting it today, you're going to take 6. So while I love having you, nothing better than being a member. You get a preview on every game. You get my exclusive home and away ratings. Nobody knows how to do this. Computers, ESPN, a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't know how to do it. They give you 1 rating. Sagarin ratings, they give you 1 rating and then tell you, here, use this for a home rating for every team. They have no idea how to do it. You get a preview of every game, even the games where you don't bet, and obviously you get my bets and you get injury updates as they're happening. Just checking on some line movement there. OKC at Denver, and we already talked about this. Should I buy a point? Dom, I never buy points. That's what you should do, Dom, is become a member, because the lines are going to move like that every single day. So on Monday, if you were a member, you would have got Rockets +4. If you were just listening to my live, you had to take 2. You would have got Kings +2.5. If you're listening to my live, you got to take Kings +1. Guys, if you're going to buy numbers, the service more than pays for itself, okay? It's $299 a month. Unless you're a $20 better, then just listen to the live, and I don't give a fuck what you do. Buy points, have some fun. But if you're any kind of better, the $299 pays for itself the first couple of times that you buy a number. So I never tell guys to buy numbers. Unless it's kind of in the price already. Like, there'll be some football games. You might want to take 3 minus 115. In other words, there's 2.5 minus 120, 2.5 minus 125, or you could take +3 minus 115. So I would rather take the +3 minus 115 depending on the line. But I'm not buying it. A game's 2.5. I'm not paying 30 cents to buy the 3. But I don't buy numbers. But you might see a minus 115, a minus 118, or a minus 120 once in a while. What qualifies someone as a degenerate bettor? If you have to ask that question, you will want. If you need action constantly, here's a degenerate. Thursday night looks like a tough game. Tomorrow night, I doubt I'm going to have a bet there. If anything, it might be on the total. But if you have to have action on that, I don't see a clear side at the number. If you have to have action, you're a degenerate. I've already got an NBA bet. I already gave you an NBA bet for tomorrow. Butterknife says someone who doesn't win. Most bettors do not win. So that doesn't mean you can bet recreationally. Have a little fun with it. Guys, being a pro, you guys aren't going to be pros. If you're a member, you're going to get the best edge you could possibly get. But a pro is, I'm sitting, monitoring, constantly, all day long. Here's your NBA. Here's your NFL. I'm looking for lines to move. I'm injury update. If you have a regular job, I've got to do this many hours a day. So anyway, let's get off the subject. You want the best chance to win? Massa Edge, become a member, $299. Again, you'll save the money in the first couple of bets if you bet any kind of money, if you're even thinking about buying numbers. Miami Heat goes to Phoenix. Miami got a little bit of a rough part of the schedule while they were off yesterday. Remember, last week they were in Mexico playing the Wizards. So that was, let's call that Saturday night, off Sunday, but go back home, play Monday at home. We bet against them in that game. We had Sacramento. They lose. Now they got to go all the way out West Coast to play Phoenix. Not optimal for them. Phoenix has been home during this little homestand. They won their last 2 games. Portland and Philly. Two teams that not real good. They won both games, but didn't cover either or. I think the number's right where it should be. And we'll see how that game breaks down. Toronto Raptors, Sacramento Kings. Here's the one game that I'm kicking myself. Didn't have a bet on. Raptors at Denver the last game. They led the whole way, and then the Nuggets come back to win the game just by a bucket. But as a double-digit dog, I should have had them. I'm aggravated. They're another double-digit dog today. Toronto Raptors have covered the last 7 games they've played. So they're undervalued. Bonds out, quickly out. Olenek hasn't played yet. So they're undermanned, but they're still undervalued. They're covering these teams. Tonight now, maybe a little different. Sack will have a little revenge in mind. Remember, Sack was out in Toronto last week. Played, got into overtime at Toronto, but the Raptors won that game. So look for a little revenge spot. Still can't make the number this high. Again, Uter, questionable. Kevin Uter missed the last couple of games for Sacramento. Questionable today. In the last game, guys, Philly 76ers at the Clippers. Paul George returned in his last game against Phoenix. Didn't think he'd play that much. Still a little rusty at maybe 4 for 15 shooting. Expect him to be a little better tonight. They'll be without Embiid. If you guys haven't seen yet, Embiid suspended for the next 3 games for an altercation with a reporter. Idiot. How you touch on a reporter? Don't even listen to them. But they'll go to L.A. L.A. finally winning a home game. They dropped their first 4 games in their new $2 billion arena, but they win their last game as they own San Antonio in L.A., and they get the win over a San Antonio squad. This game, Philly has won 4 of the last 5 meetings, covering all 5. Expect Philly to be a little bit better. I think this game, again, another game right there. I've got a few games, and I'll let you guys ask some questions. Dom says Cowboys are a disgrace. What's wrong with Jerry Jones? Jerry Jones wants to be hanging on. You